They told me the train was full when it left, but when it arrived, every door was sealed, every window was dark, and there wasn't a single soul inside. So tell me, where did they all go? My name is Jakob Weiss. In 1943, I was a railway officer stationed outside the city of Lovey, though back then we called it Lemberg. War had turned the railways into arteries of survival and death, troops, supplies, prisoners, and sometimes people who were never meant to arrive anywhere. One night I received an order. Simple, cold, official. Prepare track 4 incoming transport. No delays, no inspection. That last part bothered me. Every train was inspected, especially during wartime, but orders were orders, and I followed them. The train came just before midnight. No lights, no whistle. Just the low grinding of metal on steel. It moved slower than any train I had ever seen, like it was resisting its own arrival or being pulled. I stood on the platform, lantern in hand, counting the cars. 1, 2, 10, 20. Too many. Far too many. And every single one was sealed. There should have been guards. There were always guards. Armed men, officers, paperwork. There was nothing. No one stepped off the train. No one called out. The engine hissed once and went silent, like it had died. I waited 5 minutes, 10. No one came. So I did what I wasn't supposed to do. I climbed onto the first car. The metal was cold, unnaturally cold, even through my gloves. I unlatched the door. It resisted, then gave way with a long, echoing creak. Inside, nothing. An empty carriage, wooden benches. Dust, but no people, no luggage. Nothing. The next one was the same, empty, but something felt off. The air inside was heavy, thick, like a room that had been sealed too long, and then I noticed it. Scratches on the walls. Hundreds of them, all at the same height. By the third car, I started hearing it, a faint noise. Like whispering, I stopped, listened. It wasn't coming from outside, it was coming from the train. From further down the line, one door wouldn't open, not at first. The latch was bent. Almost forced shut. I hesitated, then pulled harder. The metal snapped open, the door slid back, and the smell hit me. Rot. But not fresh, old, like something that had died and been left behind. This car wasn't empty, not completely. There were marks everywhere, deep grooves carved into the wood, finger marks, nail marks, layer upon layer, as if dozens of people had tried to claw their way out, but there were no bodies, no bones, nothing, just the marks, and the silence. The further I went, the louder it became. Whispers. Dozens of them, overlapping, murmuring, calling. I couldn't understand the words, but I felt them, like they were pressing against my mind, trying to get in. The final carriage was different. The door was already open, slightly, as if someone had left it that way. Or something had. I stepped closer, slowly. Every instinct told me to stop, to leave, to run. But I didn't. There was no light inside, not even from my lantern. It felt like the darkness swallowed it. I climbed in anyway. The air was colder here, and the whispering, it stopped. Completely. At first I saw nothing, then shapes. Dozens of them, standing, packed tightly together, facing me. I raised my lantern. The light flickered, and for a moment I saw faces, pale, sunken, eyes open, watching. They didn't move, didn't breathe, didn't blink, just stood there, and then one of them stepped forward. Its mouth opened, and every voice I had heard spoke at once. We arrived. I stumbled back, fell out of the carriage. The lantern shattered, darkness swallowed the platform. But I could still hear them, inside the train, moving, slowly, toward the doors. Then, without warning, the engine came to life. A deafening roar, steam exploded into the night. The train began to move. Slowly at first, then faster, I scrambled to my feet, watching in horror because the doors were opening. Shapes dropped onto the platform, one by one, silent, unnatural, too many to count. They didn't run, didn't chase. They just walked into the darkness, into the town. They found me at sunrise, unconscious, alone. The train was gone. There were no tracks leading away. No records of its arrival, no orders, no paperwork, nothing. And even now, people still claim they hear it. A train arriving with no lights, no sound. So let me ask you, if a train arrived at your station tonight, completely empty, would you open the door or walk away?